Like Edgar Allan Poe said, science has not yet taught us if madness is or is not the sublimity of intelligence. But there are certain followers of science and seekers of the truth that take science to the next level by sacrificing their own ethical standards and sanity. In fiction and media, these kinds of people are labeled as mad scientists. Today, we will be going through 5 individuals who have stepped to the dark side in order to discover the truth. But before we get to the list, don't forget to like and subscribe, and let's go through our criteria for being a mad scientist. First of all, the person must be dwelling into experimentations and activities that are considered unethical practices. And secondly, their experimentations and researches must mainly involve the field of biology. Third, they must be insane, but they need to have a curiosity that far exceeds what is considered healthy. The fourth and the last criteria is that they need to be represented in digital media. Okay then.
Number 5.
It's alive!
Dr. Victor Frankenstein. Victor Frankenstein is the main character in Mary Shelley's 1818 novel Frankenstein, also known as the modern Prometheus. Dr. Victor is a person of reason and logic. After studying living beings and their chemical composition, he manages to find a way to create his own creature by stitching up dead body parts together. Despite not being as cruel and heartless as the rest of the people in this list, I figured that he deserves a spot in this list because, he is the original mad scientist.
Number 4.
What are you thinking? How do you feel?
Herbert West. Herbert West is a fictional character created by H.P. Lovecraft for his short story Herbert West. Okay, isn't he just a ripoff of Dr. Victor Frankenstein, you might wonder? Well, to be fair, he is extremely similar to Dr. Victor Frankenstein. But hear me out, unlike Dr. Victor, who had to go through a long process of reanimating a single helpless abomination, Herbert West created a serum which forces the organs of a dead creature to awaken. These reanimated would often act irrationally and without sentience, but in some instances people come back to life with their memories intact, but their minds are mutated after witnessing the inevitable beyond. And these zombies, for a lack of better term, are capable of feats that are practically impossible. Okay, but how is he a mad scientist, you might ask? Well, the reason is Herbert West takes actions without considering the consequences that lead to many casualties, and due to his invention, he sees human beings as a disposable resource, and his behavior implies that he cares for nothing and no one.
Number 3.
What the?
Rick Sanchez. Rick Sanchez is a bit of an outlier compared to the rest of the characters in this list, because even though he has figured out the secrets of the multiverse, he is a nihilist who seeks nothing but momentary pleasure. But he is included in this list because of his impressive feats, such as creating an entire universe inside a battery for the purpose of powering up his vehicle, turning himself into a pickle, creating a hive mind that takes over planets and assimilates every living creature, and the list goes on and on. Rick Sanchez might not be evil, but his chaotic neutral attitude violates almost every ethical standard when it comes to his scientific practices. Before I reveal the top 2 mad scientists, I would like to mention a few honorable mentions. Dr. Krieger from Archer.
Oh, damn you! God damn you all to hell!
Shaw Tucker from Full Metal Alchemist. Mayuri Kurotsuchi from Bleach. Dr. Joseph Dieter from The Human Centipede. Okay, I have to justify this. I was planning on making Dr. Joseph Dieter number 5, but his only creation is The Human Centipede. And to be honest, it serves no purpose. Thus, he does not fulfill any criteria of the list.
Number 2.
The majority of them are already being taken to Nazarick, where I think they could be put to all kinds of uses.
Demiurge from Overlord. Demiurge is a secondary character of the Overlord series. He is considered to be the most evil being that exists in the universe, fueled by his passion to bring pain to others and to receive praise from his superior. Demiurge conducts experiments and practices violent magic. Demiurge is also considered as the smartest person among his peers, and thanks to Ain's Ul Gown, he managed to create a happy farm, which is a farm Demiurge uses to harvest the skins of living human beings and other materials in order to improve his magic. But his cruel pursuit for knowledge doesn't stop there. In the world of Yggdrasil, magic scrolls are used to teleport and for communication. These scrolls are created by using the skins of human beings, but Demiurge does not let anything go to waste after flaying his prisoners alive. He makes his servants nurse them back to health, using magic only to flay them once more. The disregard of human misery and his constant desire to improve makes him a great example of a mad scientist. Now for
Number 1.
Bondrewd the novel, Made in Abyss. There are an innumerable amount of villains and ruthless monsters in fiction, but very few of them are able to rival the Lord of Dawn, Bondrewd the novel. And after going through his heinous feats, I figured that he is probably modeled after Joseph Mengele, a cruel man who lived during the reign of Hitler, lured children with his kind words and his gentle personality, only to mutilate and murder them for his pleasure. He is also the inspiration for Dr. Joseph Dieter from The Human Centipede. But here's how Bondrewd surpasses Dieter. Although the aforementioned monsters tortured their victims to their very best, Bondrewd took it a bit further. He won over the hearts of orphans, took them to his base for experimentation. He used some of the children as what he calls cartridges, which are made by removing the bare necessary parts of a child's body to think, and putting them in a container filled with a drug, keep them docile and in constant pain. And he uses the rest of the children as test subjects in order to understand and learn about the curse of the abyss. These naive children who follow Bondrewd because of his kind personality are ultimately transformed into writhing messes of viscera that roam the abyss, incapable of dying. But within the universe of Made in Abyss, Bondrewd is considered as a white whistle, one of their heroes. They look up to Bondrewd and everyone allows him to continue his cruel experimentations. So what do you think? Do you agree? Give me your opinion in the comment section. And don't forget to like, subscribe and stick around.